To curb violence in America's cities, President Biden is calling for stricter gun control and encouraging cities to hire more police. But in a new FoxNews.com article, some political analysts say, quote, Biden's gun and police policies could threaten Democrats' 2022 midterm prospects. Heritage Action Executive Director Jessica Anderson joins us now. Jessica, thank you for taking time on this Monday after the 4th of July. Let's talk politics. Security issues usually play well in politics. And in a campaign coming up here, pretty much already started, you are seeing defund the police rhetoric. People like AOC doubling down, saying defund the police means defund. But yet some Republicans saying, no, we need to refund police. But yet we can go on social media now and see people being attacked in the streets in New York and elsewhere. How significant of an issue is this?
Safety and security is a huge issue, and it's incredibly important that voters tune in to the saga that the left has had around this issue. If you recall, this time last year, everyone on the Democrat candidate ticket was shouting defund the police, and actual local cities did that. Look at the $1 billion cut in your city, New York City. And now, a year later, we're seeing huge rise in crime, huge spikes across the country, not just in major cities, but lawlessness in communities across America. And as a result, voters are paying attention, and we have a new poll out today saying 64% of voters are rejecting this defund the police movement. I think politicians need to pay attention to this.
A national report shows that in 34 cities, across 34 cities, homicide is up 24% compared to last year, 193 more homicides than this time compared to last year. So are the numbers really on the anti-defund the police candidates?
No, they're not. And I think what you're seeing now with even Biden's press secretary coming out and saying, wait, Democrats were never supportive of the defund the police movement. Republicans were. I mean, this is just a classic progressive liberal flip-flop. And we'd like to see if Biden is actually serious about supporting law enforcement, about promoting safety and security in neighborhoods. Let's see if he'll actually sign the pledge and commit not to defund the police and to instead restore safety and restore security in our communities.
So you raise a good point. That was our own White House reporter, Peter Doocy, chief White House correspondent, pressing Psaki on comments made by senior White House advisor Cedric Richmond, who asserted that it is Republicans that are blamed for the rising crime. The Republicans wanted to fund it. Is this a sign that the White House is feeling threatened next November?
Very much so. They have realized that their stark anti-police rhetoric is actually impacted in policies at the local level, which then have this huge spike in crime, and they're backpedaling. They don't want anything to do with this movement because they see how it disenfranchises them from voters that they actually need. Look at this poll. By 6 points, registered voters say that Biden is not doing enough to support law enforcement. Those are real voters that they're going to need for the midterms, and they're going to need them if they want to have a second term in the White House come 2024.
And Jessica, just in the last 30 seconds or so we've got left, is this a double-edged sword? Is there, if the White House pivots, is there a risk of alienating progressives like AOC and others?
Very much so. So I think what you're going to see is the press secretary trying to play both sides, saying that Republicans are actually supporting defund, they are not, and at the same time trying to position the Biden administration to be supportive of law enforcement across the country.
Jessica Anderson, Heritage Action Executive Director, thank you for taking time today.
Thanks for having me.